What's up, YouTube? It's me, iPhone and Tech here, back again with another video. Today, Apple held their Back to Mac event today, where they released some amazing new Mac products and some very other nice products that are non-iOS related. Now, today, one of the biggest things they announced was an 11.6-inch MacBook Air and a 13.3-inch MacBook Air. Let's start off talking about the new 11.6-inch MacBook Air. It's going to have a dual-core 1.4 GHz Intel Core 2 Duo CPU, which is upgradable to 1.6 GHz. And the screen is going to have a huge 1366 by 768 resolution. And it's going to be $1,000 for the starting price, and it's going to have 64 gigabytes SSD model. Now, this is kind of expensive. If you think about an 11.6-inch computer, it will be shipping with Snow Leopard, so I guess that's something to look at. So the price is really just going to be up to you. And the new 11.6-inch MacBook Air will be available in a 128GB version that will cost $1,199. Now, if you're just going to get that, I'd say get just the regular MacBook unibody at that point, but it's your opinion. This obviously has an aluminum unibody construction originated from the original MacBook Air, and it has the same 2GB or 4GB DDR3 RAM options and an NVIDIA GeForce 320M graphics card. Now, it's only going to have a 5-hour battery life, and that sucks. I don't want to use that kind of, whatever on this kind of news video, but that's just awful for something that costs you $1,000. Now, like I said, Apple also announced the 13.3-inch new MacBook Air that will be 0.68 inches at its thickest and 0.11 inches at its thinnest, and it weighs 2.9 pounds. And the old MacBook Air was 0.76 inches thick and weighed 3 pounds. So kind of a difference there. And they're going to use the unibody construction again on this 13.3-inch MacBook Air. And both of these MacBook Airs are going to have the new glass trackpad, which is very nice. And the screen has a resolution of 1440 by 900. That's going to look very nice. There's also SSD storage, a 1.86 GHz or 2.13 GHz Core 2 Duo processor, and the same one's available on the other existing MacBook Airs. It's going to have a GeForce 320M graphics card and 2GB of RAM standard. And Apple says its more stringent battery life test to offer 7 hours of wireless web, as they call it, and 30 days of standby time. And the prices for the 13.3-inch MacBook Air start at $1,299 for the 128GB and $1,599 for the 256GB. And they are available today. Also, at today's Back to Mac event, they introduced something that's never been released before. An app store for Mac OS X 10.6 and 10.7, which I'll talk about in a second. And from what we know so far, the App Store is going to support multi-touch gesture apps, app home screens, and full screen apps. And Steve Jobs says that every app on the iPad is full screen, and they want that to come to the Mac. And the apps are going to have autosave, apps resume when launched, but don't expect multi-touch, because Steve Jobs said he's very against multi-touch on vertical touchscreens. And the App Store app on the Mac OS X will look a lot like iTunes, and when you download an app, it's automatically dropped into the dock after you download it. And expect the new Mac App Store to hit OS X 10.6 Snow Leopard within 90 days from today. And developers can start submitting apps to the new Mac OS X store, or App Store, this November. Now, what I was saying about 10.7, that's right, Apple. They previewed Mac OS X 10.7 Lion. Now, a lot of people have been waiting for this one. And Steve Jobs says he was inspired for creating this from iOS. And he said with Mac OS X 10.7, he wants to emphasis on iPad, full screen applications. He wants to try to bring that to the Mac. And there's also a new Launchpad application called Launcher, which will give you an iPad-like grid of icons and let you create an iOS style folder for your apps. They also announced something called Mission Control, which offers a unified view of all your open windows, open apps, and your dock. Now, this whole 10.7 Mac OS X line, this sounds really cool. And this might just make me want to get a Mac. So this is a big step with new features from OS X Snow Leopard. And there's no exact launch date yet, but expect it to launch somewhere in summer of 2011 is what Steve Jobs said. Now, another exciting thing that was announced today is FaceTime for Mac OS X. It's a standalone application that will let you FaceTime video chat with iPod Touch 4s and iPhone 4s. Now, this is very cool because with FaceTime on the iPhone and iPod Touch, you can only FaceTime with friends that had one of those devices. But now you can FaceTime chat with people that have Macs. So this makes FaceTime calling a little more useful, in my opinion. And you can get it right now. It's in beta, but it's running very laggy and it's very bad at the moment. But it is beta and it's the first day, so it will get better. But you can download the beta of it. So that's very exciting. They announced that. They also announced iLife 2011 today. And in this, it will have iPhoto 2011, GarageBand 2011, and iMovie 2011. Now, I don't know much about what each of these applications have, but yeah, I don't know much. But I do know that for all three of these, or the iLife 11 package, it will cost $49 to upgrade, or free with every new Mac. I'm sorry if this was a really long video, guys, but there was a lot of exciting things announced today. And no, I'm sorry there was no touchscreen iMac announced, or no Verizon iPhone. And that let a lot of people down. But you never know, that stuff might come in the future. You don't know what Apple has in store. But thanks for watching this whole video. If you wanted to know about the Back to Mac conference, if you really liked the video, don't forget to click the little subscribe button at the top. I appreciate that, so you can be caught up on more of my news videos, giveaways, app reviews, and unboxings and reviews. So this is iPhone and Tech, your home for tech news. Feel free to click on one of my next videos. You don't have to, but you can enter in on the free giveaway. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.